Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having a whiskey and diet, and I'll be reviewing The Dark Side by MC Rivera. This is a book I received as an ARC, but of course I'm going to give my honest opinion. These are the tropes, and these are the content warnings. I will say I did add the last one. I don't know if it's necessarily a content warning or a trope, but it is something to make you aware of as you're reading this book, just so you know what you're getting into. And what's my rating on this book? Well, I am giving it 3.5, and we'll discuss that later. But what's this book about? So this book is about a kindergarten teacher by the name of Jolie who learns that no good deed goes unpunished. On a late night trip to the store in her panda PJs, a violent incident occurs with pew pews. In the midst of this, she sees a little girl all by herself and decides to protect her so she doesn't get hurt by what's going on. Little does she know that this girl is in fact the daughter of one of the sons of the Matrovsk family, the son Adric, and he is actually set to become the head of the family someday soon. By protecting his daughter, she catches not only the eye of Adric, but she also catches the eye of the feds who want to use her to get close to the family, and other gangs in the area who see her as now being part of the family and want to hurt her in order to hurt the family. It gets so bad, in fact, all these people coming after her, that she takes an on-site job with the family to tutor the daughter in English. And this just throws her into the deep end of learning the mafia and this family, which the feds want to use her to spy on the family so they can close some cases. With her growing attraction, however, she is now fighting against her sense of morals of doing the right thing, and as well as fighting against her guilt of spying on the family that she is working for. So the question will be, will she be able to safely navigate the treacherous waters of the Russian mafia while also fighting her attraction to this very dangerous and very married man? So what are my thoughts on this book? Again, I'm giving it 3.5. I will admit I am just starting to explore the mafia romance genre, and when I think of a dark romance mafia, I think of violence. I think of darkness, crime, internal and external power struggles that are looking to tear down this family, which all add an extra level of intensity to the chemistry of the main characters. And I definitely got that, and I really enjoyed it at the beginning and end of the book. But I will say, for me, in the middle of the book, I hit a kind of slump where those elements I was enjoying kind of disappeared a little bit. So along with those elements falling to the back burner, what was coming more forefront in the middle of the book was the relationship aspect. Them fighting their attraction for one another, as well as giving in and exploring their attraction to one another. But I will say, what that means is that one of the tropes I don't quite enjoy is a married main character. I did think, based on how this book was presented, I'd be okay reading this, and I wanted to explore this trope more, and just the way it was presented may not have been my cup of tea, so I may not be the targeted reader for this book. But that means that perhaps this is not an issue for you, and you will enjoy this, and I love that for you. Definitely explore this book and give it a try if it sounds like something you are interested in. But like I said, there is a married main character. He is in fact married. I thought it'd be okay to read this book, even though it's not my favorite trope, because they are not emotionally married. They are not having spicy time together, and both he and her are having affairs outside of the marriage. So they are in fact married in name only and forced to live together because of the agreement between their two families that they can't divorce at this time. So I was like, okay, he's only married in name only. I have no problem with that, and him exploring a relationship outside of the marriage, since she's doing her own thing outside of the marriage. So I had no issues there. But as I was reading the story of the relationship, them fighting their attraction for one another, giving in other instances, and seeing this relationship grow, there would be instances where most times they would mention the fact that he's married or that he has a wife. And for me, as I was reading the growing relationship, I don't want to be reminded that he's married. It was just like having a cold glass of water thrown on me. For me, I just wish the focus had perhaps been more on the mafia side of it, of them not approving the relationship. Like, you have his father, who would definitely not approve of a relationship. Affairs are one thing, relationships are another, for a multitude of reasons. Her being a goody two-shoes teacher, American, him being a Russian bad boy, trying to prove himself to his father, take over the family. That I would have enjoyed a little bit more, but that's all preference, and that again just may mean I'm not the targeted reader for this book. I will also mention that this is a very slow burn where most of the spice is at the end, but there is spice and I did enjoy what was there. Now, this book does leave on a cliffhanger, setting it up for at least one more book. I'm not sure if it's gonna have more after this one, and I think I would really enjoy that book with how this one ended. There's definitely gonna be that heavier mafia aspect with the power struggles, as well as with the relationship. I think it's hit the point where I think it can progress. I'm not trying to give away spoilers, but I think this next book would definitely be a 4 or more for me. Now, this book will be available June 20th. Definitely give it a check if it sounds like something you're interested in. Like I said, I am definitely interested in the second one, and I did enjoy a lot of aspects of this book. So I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.